What's happening, everyone? Mark here on Creating a Digital Life. So today I wanted to dive into a bit of the topic called doing as opposed to wishing and thinking about something, which I'm pretty sure everyone has experienced in one point in their lives, that they wish they could do things, but not really sure how to go about it. Whether that's a big project or something, I don't know, that they fear that they have to overcome at their workplace, on their personal life, doesn't matter. So just wanted to share some of the points that I came across in one of the blogs that I read recently, as well as my personal experience, how it intertwines. Hopefully you can gain some insight from that. So here goes. Well, to begin with, like with every single project or everything that you ever encounter, you have to always take it step by step. And I'm pretty sure you always heard this expression that always one step at a time, not more than that. Truth to be told, we humans are actually very much hard-coded to think a bit further advanced. At least I am, I know, because I always tend to think about future scenarios, future possibilities where this current situation, where this current task can actually lead. What could go wrong? What should go wrong? All those possibilities. And therefore my brain gets overwhelmed with all these thoughts and all the energies being just sucked out all of a sudden. So therefore you're not able to concentrate on what actually is going on, as opposed to just sitting down and doing what you're supposed to. One good example that I would like to bring up, and I actually think this should be applied to every single one of you, is learning languages. Surprisingly, when you're learning languages, as in one single word or expression or whatever you're talking about, you're only focusing on that particular thing, not focusing on giving a big speech or analyzing a certain text by listening to it, or trying to have an intellectual conversation with a mother tongue native speaker. That's not the case. So remember that always you need to focus and just be present in the moment, as in focusing on the task that what you want to achieve. The other thing that I thought was really interesting is that always try to network and reach out to those who have achieved the kind of success that you're after. Now, in my particular case, that would be about digital marketing and how to build up successful websites, campaigns. But on the other side as well, when I'm thinking about music, I'm also trying to cooperate with other people who, let's say, are more gifted in terms of playing the guitar, better at singing, and trying to understand what they have done and apply it to myself. Of course, this might be common knowledge, but again, easier said than done, because the thing is, people always tend to, at least from my perspective, tend to get trapped in their own world and get lost with the problem. And after a while, they just kind of give up because they have no idea how to do it. So as opposed to just leaving the problem as it is, you should be reaching out to as many people as possible. Of course, some of you may already know this, but that is actually a lesson for me that I'm always learning, as in not being afraid to ask for help. Because you would be surprised how many people would actually be willing to share the information, help you, just to give any kind of information that could be useful. And along with that, what you should also consider is cutting out the people that may be affecting your progress or your, progression on any kind of project that you're doing in a negative way. Surprisingly, again, that's one of the things that people tend to neglect, because there are maybe some people that they're hanging out with that they generally have a good time with most of the time. So they tend to forget what kind of impact it actually has on their lives. And that is one of the tough things to do, because once you cut out those people, you feel like you're actually losing a bit of yourself. At least I would. And yeah, so that's one sensitive topic, and you should be careful of who you're actually cutting out of your life. Of course, doing it delicately, not just swiping them across, whatever. But you should take a full assessment of yourself and what you want to achieve. Therefore, you should be making the decisions based on what benefits you and your future. And last but not least, celebrating small successes. Whether that's being able to do one more push-up, or being able to learn an extra phrase, or being able to play a certain guitar song. Those are the kind of things that I celebrate sometimes, with small victories, whatever. So like, I don't know, taking a cookie, whatever. Or, I don't know, just simply making sure that the brain has some kind of positive reinforcement that what you are doing actually is a thing that you want to strive towards, and not just a punishment that you have to endure because you need to endure at all costs. Again, many people tend to overlook this because for some reason we tend to live in a society that, just indulges in instant success, and therefore always trying to accomplish the short-term boost, as in the ego, the dopamine, whatever you can gain. The small ones, though, can be beneficial, but the big ones that, let's say, when it comes to, I don't know, dating or just something that came to my mind, that is a different ballgame. But of course, you need to recognize that when you're making progression, you should be rewarded to some extent. So that's the one thing that I wanted to emphasize. And with that, video comes to an end. If you have any comments, thoughts you would like to share, let me know. We'll be more than keen to hear them. Until the next video, take care, and I hope you have a nice day.